have one. No, C's fine. C's fine. CC.
What?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ready.
All right.
Everybody soloing.
I'll give it 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Up, 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 up.
Sounds good.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Yep.
Just like we practiced, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bunker Hill's own Matt Savage. He even said, I don't have any students graduating, but I gotta be there. And they're making me. No. Teaches beginning piano, advanced piano, piano moving, heavy piano, plays with both hands. This dude's not graduating. He'll be back. pretty tough what he's doing. This guy's pretty good. This is what they call in the business killing time. Yeah. You can snap your fingers if you like. Oh, clap your hands, please.
morning, everyone. Oh, you had coffee. That's great. I am Pam Ettinger, president of Bunker Hill Community College. Welcome to the 51st commencement exercises of our college on this very stormy day. I'm glad that all of you made it across the street. But we know that life is not about waiting for the storm to pass. Life is about learning to dance in the rain, and y'all did great. So we thank our bagpiper, Mr. Duncan Hurst, and the Middlesex County Sheriff's Department Honor Guard. Now please remain standing for our opening song, our national anthem, followed by Lift Every Voice and Sing, performed by the Bunker Hill Community College Ensemble, Choral Ignis, directed by Rika Pitilainen, Caffrey.
By the dawn
ladies and gentlemen, our very, very own choral group. Please, thank you. Please be seated. It is now my privilege to introduce our honored guests on the platform. They have come in the storm to witness your achievements and to celebrate with you today. Our college is overseen by the Department of Higher Education in Massachusetts, represented today by Dr. Jose Luis Santos, Senior Deputy Commissioner of Higher Education. Where is he? Oh, there you are. Our college is locally governed by an 11-member Board of Trustees appointed by the governor. I will ask our trustees to remain standing as I introduce them. Dr. Kelly Cameron, our vice chair. Ms. Tren Nguyen, our secretary. Ms. Jafkan Batsaikan, your student trustee. Ms. Becca Gould, our alumni trustee, Ms. Kathy Guile, Ms. Cynthia Callagher, and then once again, our appointed alumni trustee, Ms. Yamalith Lopez, our newest trustee, Dr. Cynthia Orellana, and Mr. David Shapiro. Our chair, Mr. William Walzak, who also represents the community colleges on the Massachusetts Board of Higher Education, was not able to be with us today. He sends his best wishes to the entire community. And trustees, we thank you for your service to our college and to our students. Please honor our trustees with a round of applause. Next, I will present to you the officers of the college. Dr. James Caniff, our Provost and Vice President of Academic and Student Affairs. Mr. John Pitcher, who is our Chief Financial Officer and Vice President of Administration and Finance, is unable to be with us today, but he sends his best wishes as well. And as you sit at the college in those beautiful new buildings, you know that John Pitcher is with you because he's responsible for getting them to you. I also welcome today's speaker. I will acknowledge them now and introduce them more fully during the program. Our commencement speaker today is the Honorable Kim Driscoll, our very own Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And Dr. Paul Casili, our speaker representing our faculty and professional staff. And most importantly, our student speaker, Student Government Association President, Ms. Ariel Gostowski. We look forward to your insights during our program today. So, this is the part. This is the secret ritual that unless you're a graduate, you don't get to know. So we begin today's exercises with a tradition at Bunker Hill Community College, a ritual of gratitude. None of us make our way alone, and as we traveled our path of learning and discovery, our families and our friends light our way and share our burdens. This is the gift of empathy and kindness. And at each commencement, we're mindful of that gift. Some of our companions on this journey join us for a period of time, change the lives of students, and leave a remarkable legacy. I want to remember today one of those companions. Dr. Jody Levine joined us at Bunker Hill Community College in 2007, first as a faculty member, and then later as our Assistant Dean of the Division of Science, Engineering, and Mathematics. Jody passed away earlier this spring after a valiant battle with cancer. Jody's sister, Christy, is with us today on live stream. Christy, thank you for sharing your sister with us. Her expertise and her devotion to the college brightened the lives of everyone she touched. Imam Sharif, one of Jody's students, reflected on this universal truth about Jody. She said, "Jody was one of the first people who made me feel truly seen at Bunker Hill. Her warmth, honesty, and fierce support for students left a lasting impact on me. I carry her words with me even now, especially during difficult times. She believed in me before I believed in myself, and I'll never forget that. May her memory continue to inspire all of us. Those who inspire us, who help us see the best in ourselves, leave a legacy of possibilities. Jody, you have our gratitude." Now, candidates, let's get ready for this ritual. Please stand. Yes, you get to stand again. It'll be up and down for a little while. Raise your right hand, your other right hand, and make the sign of love. Now think of your family, your friends, your professors, your advisors. Turn to those close by and those far away, and then wave and say, what do you say? Thank you, we're grateful. Love you, I love you is good too. Woo! So I've done this ritual for 12 years here at Bunker Hill. You guys need to be louder. Good job, extra credit. All right, you may be seated. Well done. So you have now successfully completed our commencement ritual of gratitude. Now it's my turn. One of my favorite parts of being a president for this great college is getting to see all of you on commencement. Your regalia, your smiles, your admiring families and your friends, and your evident and well-earned sense of accomplishment. This is a joyous day because it celebrates you. This is a joyous day because of the hours upon hours of work that you put in, the time spent with success coaches, advisors, with faculty in the classroom, and during office hours, in your internships, and studying with peers in those great private study rooms in the N building, and they're now all over the campus. It's the early mornings grabbing coffee at the cafe, and I see you because you know there's no coffee on the first floor, and you run to the cafe on the second floor, and I see you running. And it's hustling to class, and the late nights of picking up extra shifts at work, throwing together dinner, or helping a child with their homework. 3 out of 5 of our students are student parents. It's the time you breeze through a semester to earn an easy A. All of you know where the easy A's are. And the times when you had to grind it out, earning a letter grade the hard way, but more satisfying knowing that you gave it your all. And families and supporters and friends, all of you in the seats up there, you are part of the magic. It was because of your encouragement and your patience and your care. It was because you rearranged your schedule so your family members can take that morning class, or because you watched the kids that weekend before the big project was due. And our college faculty and staff, it was because of you as well, all of you. And I know it was the extra office hours and the conversations after class. It was sending just one more reminder to your students to make an appointment with the advisor or following up to make sure that a student got help with basic needs. All of our faculty and staff know where the dish is and know where you can do a grab and go before you go to class. On this most joyous day, at every turn, I'm reminded of my gratitude for all of you, for our faculty and our staff, for the families, supporters, and friends who ignite and fuel the students' world of learning. For students who nurture that spark of curiosity and rise to their potential, to each of you that gives today its meaning, its import, and its joy. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Now you make me cry. Okay. So at each commencement, we welcome a leader who has rendered extraordinary service to our communities and our Commonwealth. It is with deep admiration that I introduce our 2025 graduation speaker, the Honorable Kim Driscoll, Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Kim Driscoll, yes, you may clap. Kim Driscoll is the 73rd Lieutenant Governor of our Commonwealth. Together with Governor Maura Healey, she is part of the first all-women executive team to lead the Commonwealth. Now here you must clap. Since taking office, Lieutenant Governor Driscoll has spearheaded several administration priorities. She has served as a proponent of the economic development of Massachusetts cities and towns. She has helped lead the administration's charge on tackling the state's housing crisis and improving public education policy. Prior to taking office as Lieutenant Governor, Kim Driscoll served as the City of Salem's first woman mayor. Elected in 2005, she revitalized Salem's downtown, and all of us who have experienced the magic of Salem, and no pun intended, know what that felt like. It is a wonderful, wonderful place now. So she revitalized downtown, led a vast improvement in Salem's K-12 school system, reformed city pensions and health insurance programs to protect employee benefits, and brought transparency to the City Hall. Under her leadership, Salem became one of the first communities in Massachusetts to adopt the expansion of free, high-quality early education opportunities starting at age 4. Kim Driscoll is the daughter of a Navy chef from Lynn and an accountant's assistant from Trinidad. She spent her childhood in several states before attending Salem State University. She studied government and became a standout athlete on the women's basketball team. Like so many Salem State students, she fell in love with Salem and made it her home after graduation, pursuing a career in municipal government, and married her college sweetheart, a second-generation union bricklayer. She is among public higher education's truest and most steady friends. She is one of us. Please welcome our 2025 commencement speaker, Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Oh, come on, this is a good morning. All right. Thank you, President Edinger, the trustees who are here, who are volunteers who serve in service to this school, the amazing faculty who support you every single day, the staff, alumni, family, friends, and guests. I know that you are as thrilled as I am to be here to celebrate the Bunker Hill class of 2025. Congratulations, you did it. Your hard work, you stuck with it, you handled your business, and you are here today to walk across this stage. You earned your degree or your certificate and all of the opportunities it will open up for you. No one can ever take that away from you. This is your day to shine. And by the way, how cool is it to graduate here? The MGM Music Hall. Everyone from Bruno Mars to Lil Nas X has played here. Boys to Men, that's old school for those of you who don't know who that is. Might be dating myself. But today, you are the stars of the show, and we are all your biggest fans. Give yourselves another round of applause. Great work. You know, when I look out at this class, I see really the strength of Massachusetts. People who aren't afraid of challenges. You may be the first in your family to go to college, like I was. You may have worked a full-time job while juggling classes and assignments. You may be a veteran or a service member or a military spouse who served our country. You may be an immigrant or first-generation American. You may be a parent raising a child while going to school. Together, you are as diverse as our great state. And yes, we believe diversity is a strength in Massachusetts. I can tell you that Governor Healy and I still say the words diversity, equity, inclusion, and live by those values. Please know, as your Lieutenant Governor, we are so proud of you and what you've already accomplished. And the truth is, I can tell you remind me a little bit of myself because I've sat where you sit today. As the President mentioned, I grew up in a Navy family. I'm not a native of Massachusetts. I didn't have the good fortune to be born here and grow up here. We moved around a lot. I was born in Hawaii. We lived in several different states, from Rhode Island to California to Maryland to Florida. My mom was born in Grenada and grew up in Trinidad. Any West Indians out here? Let's hear it for the Caribbean. All right. My dad grew up just down the street in Lynn. We had very much a bicultural family. You know, I had this funny story when I was in middle school over at a friend's house in Columbia, Maryland, and they had mashed potatoes for dinner. And if anyone's got a Caribbean family, like, mashed potatoes were reserved for Thanksgiving. We had rice every day. And I said to my parents, I came home, I said, they had mashed potatoes and it wasn't even Thanksgiving. I say that because when you come from a diverse place and you move around a lot, you're the new kid in school every 3 to 5 years, and you may not look like everybody else, and your family may eat different things or celebrate different cultures. And I experienced that. I know what it feels like to be a little nervous that first day of school. I know that you have to win people over quickly. Maybe that's why I'm good at this job. But I had the chance to finally choose my own hometown when I came to college at Salem State University. When you can pick where you get to choose to live, when you've been traveling a lot as a family member, it's pretty special. And I came upon a pretty special city. 400 years of welcoming different people from different backgrounds, all in 8 square miles, sea captain's mansions around the corner from tenement houses where people worked on the docks. A really welcoming city. I mean, we weren't so great to women in 1692, but we overcame that. It's good now. And like many of you, when I graduated from Salem State, I was so grateful to be, one, to be done, that feels good, and two, to know that I had a world open up to me. I'd already lined up a job. I had started working while I was in college at Salem State in the City of Salem's planning department. So I had a job lined up as an urban planner. And really, that was the beginning for me of just finding a passion of understanding the value of government in everyday lives. You know, as an intern, I hustled. I did whatever they asked me to do. I staffed budget meetings. I read the zoning manual. I worked closely on projects and initiatives. I answered telephones. I did whatever was necessary. And what it really showed me, somebody who was a Navy brat, whose parents voted but weren't super politically active or engaged, the difference that government can make in someone's lives. If you think about local government in particular, that's the branch of government you rely on the most. Who's educating your kids or keeping your neighborhood safe? What's driving your local economy or helping, spruce up that favorite place you make a memory, a park or a city square? That's all happening locally. And I had a front row seat in that space as an urban planner right out of college, working on initiatives aimed at making neighborhoods better, improving people's quality of life, solving real problems in city services for real people that you knew, neighbors that you hung out with to watch sporting events, folks you may have seen in the supermarket who had a real problem that you could fix. Well, that work in local government in Salem brought me a whole career. I went to law school, I became a lawyer. I worked in private practice, but really missed giving back. I mean, bonuses are awesome, I'm gonna say that in private practice, but I missed just focusing on billable hours and what can you do to make your community better. So I went to go work for the city of Chelsea. They were coming out of receivership and they needed a legal counsel there. Became their deputy city manager. But I'd always lived in Salem, this special place. I felt like I had a connection there. My husband and I were raising our family. As someone who was a newcomer, you didn't have to have lived there your whole life to feel welcome and appreciated and a part of it. And so I decided I really wanted to run for mayor. It was a city that I thought had promise. And Salem had never elected a woman mayor before, had never elected anybody who didn't grow up in Salem, who didn't graduate from the local high school. So I quit my job, I knocked on doors, I met everybody I could, I talked about what this city meant to me and what I thought I could do to help improve it. And I was lucky enough to get elected and serve for mayor as 17 years in the city that I still call home. And why that really matters is because the value of local government is when you're working for neighbors and people you know, there's a different degree of accountability. When you're asked to call in and fix a problem, and local government's nonpartisan, there's no red or blue way to fix a pothole or plow streets or pick up trash or make sure kids are educated and libraries are open. When you do that work, it has direct accountability. You can see it, you can fix it. You're doing it for somebody who trusted you with the decision making, and you're doing something that's going to improve the livelihood of the place where you live and they live. So in this role now as Lieutenant Governor, I get to serve alongside Maura Healey, former Attorney General, someone who also comes from a working class background. Both played a little bit of hoop in college, and both like to get things done. And so I'm fortunate now to be in this role, as the President mentioned, the first all-female team, not just in Massachusetts, in the country, to lead their state. And yeah, thank you. And I'm sharing this story with you because I actually think it's a story of how America is supposed to work. If you work hard, you put in the effort, advancing your education, your skills, no matter what your background or your hardships that you may have or you may have endured, there's going to be opportunities for you. That's the idea that America is built on, and it's the idea that made what I do possible. If you think about it, I was one of 4 girls in my family. My mom was born, she used to say, I was born on the tiny island of Grenada and then grew up in Trinidad. And we'd say our prayers every night, just the way she taught us to. All the prayers and the God bless yous for aunties and uncles and grandparents. And we come to the end of our prayers and she'd say, you children, one more. You should be thankful that you were born in this country. And she understood that coming from a tiny island, that there were just less opportunities. They didn't have all the doors opened there that we had open to us. And she ensured that her 4 daughters knew that they could do anything they wanted. They could take on any profession they thought they would enjoy. They could live anywhere they wanted because they were born here in this country and would have a right to do that. Working hard meant something. And it feels like now more than ever, there's folks who don't want us to believe in that idea of America. Something's changed in our politics and maybe in our policies. People, including people in very powerful positions, don't seem to believe in an America where everyone can find an opportunity, in an America that works for and welcomes all. They want to replace it with a smaller, maybe even a meaner vision, where only a privileged few get opportunities, where government is seen as kind of the problem rather than the solution, like we're some sort of an obstacle to success rather than an enabler, where people who disagree can be belittled or told to be quiet, that they don't belong here. For me, that equates to less opportunities for all. And as hard as it might be to watch the news or get engaged, it's also the time when we need people to stand up for our values, for American values and for Massachusetts values, because this state is different. We were the troublemakers who threw the tea in the harbor. We're the state that is the birthplace of democracy. So we're going to be the place that works to preserve it and uphold it. And that's why, despite all that's going on, I remain an optimist. I have faith that the America that I know, that opened doors for me and my family, the America of opportunity, will prevail. Let me just share a little bit more about why. First, as I mentioned, like local government is my love language. I believe that government matters, now more than ever. It's not broken, it works. It works when we invest in it. Now, if you only pay attention to national politics or you only see what's on social media, the message you might hear might be different. But I want to tell you it's not true. And if you get involved in your local level, where you live, every city and town across the Commonwealth, you'll find that out too. You'll find people that are just trying to solve problems, to fix things, to make life better. You're going to find that people who want to make investments in the future of the next generation. Local government is the group that is educating your children. They are the place in cities and towns across the state that lift up and empower a high quality of life. And when we're investing in communities, either with our time or our resources, as we do with the state, we're investing in that next generation of leaders, the folks who will be sitting in these seats after us and in these seats after the folks who are here. Let's look at public higher ed as an example of what we can do in government to make investments. Bunker Hill Community College today is sending nearly 1,200 of you into the world with new degrees or certificates and new opportunities. 1,200. %60 of you are graduating with GPAs above 3.3. We're not counting who the 60% are, okay? But that's the majority of you who worked your tails off. You multiply what's happening here by our 29 statewide campuses in public higher ed, state colleges, community colleges. Talk about an economic engine. There are also, in community colleges, the colleges that graduates are public higher ed institutions as well, that graduate the most students who are going to be staying in Massachusetts. 75% of our public higher ed grads stay here. And that's why the governor and I took office. We made community college free in Massachusetts for the first time. The majority of you graduating today are benefiting from that. And I have firsthand experience in that. When I went to Salem State, I could hustle all summer. I painted houses, I worked basketball camps, I was a bad waitress, I mean really bad. And I could still make enough money to pay for my tuition and fees that semester. You just could, it was more affordable. Over the course of time, the state didn't make the investments in campuses and in students. We changed that. If you've got it in your heart and you've got the acumen, dollars shouldn't be the reason you don't go. And if you graduate, you shouldn't be overburdened with debt because you wanted to better yourself. So we're going to keep community colleges in our mind and our public higher ed institutions and make it more affordable. We're also investing in the campuses because we know what happens in our buildings matters, and we need to have up-to-date labs and facilities that offer you the respect of what these amazing faculty are doing and what you deserve. We're making a $2.5 billion investment to modernize our state community college and public higher ed campuses because you deserve the very best when you're learning. And that's just one example of many programs and investments that we in this Commonwealth hold up as values that are important in giving back to the next generation. And that's why I have faith in Massachusetts. We're the state where the American story began. 250 years ago, ordinary men and women in our state stood up for our fundamental freedoms. If you think about it, there were farmers and merchants and blacksmiths and laborers, and they risked life and limb to take on the greatest military empire known to mankind at that time, in the belief of something bigger than themselves, in the belief of collective action, this idea of self-governance. It didn't exist anywhere else. This idea that we could have democratic principles that would lead us, and fundamental freedoms that would enable us. He started the revolution right here in Massachusetts. One of the biggest events was the Battle of Bunker Hill and Charlestown. We'll be celebrating that on June 17th. We'll be celebrating what we meant to the birthplace of this country. It's taken a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to make that idea of freedom a reality for everyone in our country. And Lord knows we still have a ways to go. But in Massachusetts, we led the way forward. We're the #1 state for education, the #1 state for innovation, the #1 state to have a baby, the #1 state to live if you're a woman, the safest state in America, the best drinking water. I could go on. So I will. First state to abolish slavery, first state for national women's rights protections, first state for universal health coverage, and the first state for marriage equality. You can love who you love here. That's the legacy Governor Healy and I have to work to protect and expand every single day. But here's the biggest reason we have faith that we can do that. I have faith we can do that because of all of you. You're the greatest hope for the future of our state and, frankly, our country. You are nurses and medical assistants who will care for us. You are scientists and engineers who will discover and invent our future. You are the IT and computer experts who will make things work for us. You're the business owners and entrepreneurs who will create jobs for us. You are the early educators who will teach the next generation for us. You are future lieutenant governors and governors who will lead us during trying times. And you are so much more. The truth is, I'm not just here to encourage you. I'm here to say we need you. This is my call to action to you, to do your part locally, in a nonprofit, stepping up for a public service, finding something you believe in and going after it and to support it. We need your talent, your heart, your drive, your joy, your culture, your commitment to learning new skills and seizing new opportunities. So don't ever think you can't make a difference in the direction our state is going, your community is going, or our country's going. You've already proven you have what it takes. All you have to do is get engaged, be involved, be active. There's no government or business or coaching or volunteering that is not open and available to you. Let you build the community you want to live in. You've got big dreams, and we've got even bigger dreams for you. I want you to know how proud we are of how far you've come today, and I also want you to know this is the beginning. So never forget, you are the America that Massachusetts set in motion 250 years ago, and you're exactly what our country needs today. I believe in you, thank you, and I congratulate you today on this very special milestone. Go get them. This isn't awkward at all.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Driscoll. This was what it sounds like when you're one of us and you've achieved. And now it is time to hear from your student speaker, the president of your Student Government Association, Ariel Gostowski. A business major, Ariel is from Malden, Massachusetts. Malden people, yes. And has also been involved in the Bunker Hill community as an ACE mentor and is the co-president of the Business, Finance, and Economics Club. As SGA president, Ariel has served as a voice for student advocacy. When I was in the green room with the lieutenant governor, she says to me, "How is Mass Educate doing? We need to know what kind of results we have." Well, Lieutenant Governor, Ariel is in your first class of Mass Educate students, and she is transferring to Columbia, my alma mater, in the fall. So we're doing just great. Please welcome Ariel.
If you don't mind, I just need to get to the right page. Let's see. Good morning, President Ettinger, Lieutenant Governor Driscoll, and my fellow peers. Thank you for being here today. Being on the stage is a vision come true, and I say this because 10 years ago, I had a vision of myself speaking on a stage in front of thousands of people. And this was at a time in my life where I was not comfortable in my own voice, and when saying thank you or excuse me sometimes was difficult. And even though at that time it was a far-fetched idea, I held on to the belief that it would come true one day. And standing here, it is real. And I'm sharing this with you because I want you to know that what you choose to believe about yourself and about what you can achieve has so much more influence than knowing the how or when. And that's the beauty of having an idea that seems far, maybe out of reach, is the story of its becoming. And as you think about your own story of coming to this moment today, it took effort, it wasn't easy, and you did it. And in this next chapter to come, I'd like to ask for you to start to think about what you want to see happening in your lives and what you want to achieve. You don't need to know the how or when right now, but as we believe, work hard, and show up for ourselves, our families, and our communities, the world has a way of making those dreams come true. And remember, there's going to be a student just like you who starts at Bunker Hill and wonders what their life can become with a Bunker Hill Community College education. Show them, inspire them. So I have HCC to thank for the opportunity to be here. From professors to faculty, so many people have supported my journey and helped make my visions come to life. I'd like to thank my family for supporting me also. Mass Reconnect for bringing me back to school, and to my peers. Kind of hard to get all the words out. Thank you for choosing me as your SGU president. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you for your service to our students, Ariel. So, at each commencement, our faculty and professional staff selects a representative to address our students. This year's speaker is Dr. Paul Casili, professor of biology. Dr. Casili, please join me at the podium. So I can say nice things about him, so he's right here. Dr. Casili has served as professor of biology at Bunker Hill since 2012. He brings to the role a strong background in biology, biochemistry, and genetics, along with significant involvement in biotechnology and education. He is deeply dedicated to academic advancement and student success. Originally from Nairobi, Kenya, Dr. Casili's passion for working with underrepresented students stems from his own experience and the inspiration of his parents in the medical field. Dr. Casili's educational journey includes a doctorate in life science from the University of Tennessee, Oak Ridge, National Laboratory Graduate School of Genome Science and Technology. He earned a BA in chemistry from Cole College in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. His commitment to academic excellence is evident in his extensive National Science Foundation research at Wellesley College, at MIT, at Suffolk University, Boston University, Tufts University School of Medicine. He further expanded his expertise through postdoctorate fellowships at Oak Ridge in nanobiosensors and biomedical imaging, and at Brigham and Women's Harvard Medical School, focusing on developing methods for nano-imaging applications. I love Dr. Casili for all that he does and all of his expertise, but I love him for loving our students. He is one of the most ardent supporter of student success I have experienced at this college. Please welcome Dr. Casili.
Thank you, Dr. Edinger, for your kind introduction. I am honored to share this space as we celebrate this momentous occasion with our graduates, families, and faculty. Good morning, graduates. I will start with a phrase or a call. And when I raise my hand, I want you to say together, nice and loud, we celebrate. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes. All right. For your resilience and perseverance, for every challenge you have overcome, and for every goal you have reached. I will say a second phrase or call, and when I raise my hand, I want you to say together, nice and loud, we thank you. Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready? Yes. To the village, the parents, families, friends, faculty and staff who supported you every step of the way. Yeah. All right. Esteemed graduates, families, friends, honored guests, and colleagues, karibuni, welcome. Graduating class of 2025, I am honored to stand before you today to celebrate you. You have demonstrated the ability to persevere through challenges, maintain hope in the face of uncertainty, and to achieve success through consistent effort. As you embark on your next chapter of your lives, I want to share a few guiding principles, wisdom gleaned from my time growing up in Kenya, and rooted in rich Swahili proverbs that speak to your resilience and perseverance. The Swahili proverb, kidogo kidogo hujaza kibaba, which translates to little by little fills the cup. Little by little fills the cup, reminds us that success is often the result of consistent effort and determination. Your journey here was not defined by one grand leap, but by countless small steps. Each lecture attended, each paper or lab report written, each late night study session, each connection made has contributed to this moment. Your perseverance, brick by brick, has built this foundation for your future. There were times when you faced uncertainty, when the path forward seemed unclear. In such moments, I think of the powerful Swahili saying, hata usiku uwe na giza kiasi gani, alfajiri itapambazuka. No matter how dark the night is, dawn will break. No matter how dark the night is, dawn will break. This reminds us that challenges are inevitable, but they are not permanent. Hold on to hope, maintain your resolve, and know that even in the deepest darkness, the light of a new beginning is always on the horizon. Finally, as you step into this chapter of your lives, remember the cyclical nature of life and learning, which is embodied in the Swahili proverb, mwanzo mwisho na mwisho mwanzo. The beginning has an end, and the end has a beginning. The beginning has an end, and the end has a beginning. Graduation is not just a conclusion. It is a launchpad. It is a catalyst for change. The knowledge and experience you have gained here are your starting point for your new adventures, new discoveries, and new growth. Embrace the continuous cycle of learning, adapting and evolving, and be open to new possibilities and opportunities, challenges and experiences. Graduating class of 2025, as you move forward, remember that you are equipped with the tools to face the future. Use your knowledge, skills, and experiences to make a positive impact on your families, communities, and the world. Carry the spirit of kidogo kidogo hujaza kibaba, little by little fills the cup. The unwavering belief of hata usiku uwe na giza kiasi gani, alfajiri itapambazuka. No matter how dark the night is, dawn will break. And the understanding of mwanzo mwisho na mwisho mwanzo. The beginning has an end, and the end has a beginning. Congratulations, class of 2025. May you achieve great things. Asante sana. Thank you very much.
So that was one of those moments in life where both Paul and I looked at each other and say, where the heck is the photographer? We lost him, so we'll do this later. Before we proceed with the rest of our program, I want to take time once again to recognize our keynote speaker, Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll, who has been so generous with her time today. And as the Lieutenant Governor leaves for her next community engagement, please send her off with gratitude and another loud round of Bunker Hill applause. All right, the Lieutenant Governor is out of the house. We can misbehave. So, now I got to find my place, so stay with me here. All right. It's like the time you're getting ready to go into the exam and you can't find your number 2 pencil. Here we go. All right. So, I would like you to now welcome Dr. Kelly Cameron, the first Vice Chair of our Board of Trustees. Dr. Cameron, if you would join me at the stage. So I can say nice things about you. Dr. Cameron is the Career Development Officer at the MIT Center for Real Estate, where he is responsible for the strategic planning and operational processes related to professional development training and career progression of students. Dr. Cameron is an educator. He takes care of students in the Masters of Science program in the real estate development area. And as vice chair for our board, Dr. Cameron brings a wealth of experience and a deep commitment to Bunker Hill's mission and values. We are very fortunate to have his voice and presence in the life of our college. Please welcome Dr. Cameron.
Me too. So thank you, Madam President. I have some prepared remarks, but first and foremost, as she said, the Lieutenant Governor is out of the room now, and so misbehaving is a part of the program. So I need to feel the energy in the room. This is a day of celebration, so are you excited to be here? I need to hear the voices of the excited people. Where are they? Where are the excited graduates? Maybe they're up there. Maybe the guests that are in the room are excited about being here. Are you excited up there, guests? Maybe it's our panelists. Maybe our panelists are excited about being here. This is a celebration, everyone. Come on, where's the energy? Ariel, you did a fantastic job. Ariel and I were talking in the back, and we were talking about being nervous. I'm nervous, too. But she did a fantastic job. So yes, let's celebrate her. I would like to recognize Mr. William Walzak, the chair of our Board of Trustees. In his absence, he's a wonderful leader, and I'm glad to sit underneath his leadership. On behalf of the Bunker Hill Community College trustees, congratulations to each of you. The graduating class of 2025. Again, you guys need to bring this energy. I need to feel your energy. Every time we recognize you as the graduating class of 2025, you should be clapping your hands and making some noise in here about what you have achieved, okay? Let's work on that. So when you began this journey, Ariel described a 10-year process. Took her 10 years to get it together, but she got it together. And she celebrated today that she has put in the hard work. When you began your individual journeys, I'm sure it seemed pretty far off. But you're here now. You're here now. Okay, again, you're here now. Okay? Collectively celebrating your individual achievements on this rainy 22nd day of May in the year of 25, your commencement day. Notice how I said your commencement, okay? This is about you, right? It's not about Bunker Hill. Bunker Hill will issue the degrees and the certificates and all that stuff, but this is about what you have achieved and what brought you here today for this moment. The college education takes tremendous amount of effort. As a person who was both the first member of my family to earn not one, not two, but 3 college degrees, I would love an applause right there, but okay. Who worked throughout my college years, just like many of you, I know the struggle that you went through to earn your seat here today at your commencement. Okay, again, you missed your cue. Okay. Quick show of hands. Quick show of hands. Who worked during their time at Bunker Hill? Yeah. Okay. Another quick show of hands. And don't be embarrassed to put your hand up. Are you the first member of your family to earn a college degree? Bravo. Bravo to you. Your tenacity is inspirational, and your drive to achieve makes our city and world a better place. So congratulations to you, the class of 2025. Okay, now you're with me. Now you're with me. Okay, here we go. Now I call your attention to what many graduates are wearing today. You're wearing some really nice stuff. And where's my guy that says I declared bankruptcy on his cap? Where is he? Man, I saw him walk by and I started laughing. I said, yeah, you have no idea yet. But so many of you are wearing special designations such as stoles, cords, tassels, and medallions. Where are they? People got them? You got them? I see them in the front row. Okay. So I'm going to go through a quick list and explain, which is explained on page 4 of your program, what those ceremonial regalia mean to the college. Each group is led by a dedicated advisor or advisors who supported and guided the students through their journey at Bunker Hill. I will call out each group in alphabetical order, and if you can please stand, okay, and remain standing, but please hold your applause until the end until I call out the entire group. We'll start with honoring the cultural wealth of our Asian and Pacific Islanders. We call them AAPI graduates. Stand, please. Who are wearing a double cord of red and gold, advised by Professor Maria Puente and Zainab. I'm going to mess this up. I'm going to mess it up. Where's Zainab? Is Zainab here? Yeah, thank you so much. I'm embarrassed that I can't pronounce her last name, but I appreciate the help. So our AAPI students reflect the vast diversity of our many Asian Pacific Islanders. Next, we celebrate our ACE mentors, advised by Kathleen Lopez. We're wearing red cords. These graduates collaborate with faculty, believe it or not, in designing learning curriculum and assignments. And they also co-facilitate activities and discussions on difficult issues such as religion, race, class, gender, and culture. In our current social environment, these are very weighted topics. Maybe they're future professors, who knows? Maybe they'll come back to Bunker Hill and be part of our faculty. Next, we'll recognize our Kappa Alpha Mu, our chapter of Phi Theta Kappa sorority. Where are they? Are they here? Yes, they better be here, because this is about them too. And they're advised by Paul Moda and Professor Belinda Kadambi. These graduates are wearing a gold stole with a blue decal on them. The graduates are also denoted in the program with an O next to their name. Continuing, we celebrate the Commonwealth Honors Program. Where are they? Please stand, please stand. They're advised by Professor Donica O'Malley, and they're wearing a gold medallion. The Commonwealth Honors Program is a statewide program overseen by the Honors College at UMass Amherst. Our honors students are wearing a gold tassel on their cap. Pretty impressive. They're also denoted by an asterisk symbol next to their name in the program, and these students have consistently demonstrated the high academic achievement while attending Bunker Hill. So we recognize you for that achievement. Next, we have our graduates in our Hope Initiative. Please stand. Advised by Evans Arilis and Maciel Carrasquillo. They're wearing a black and gold stole. Hope, or Halting Oppressive Pathways Through Education, is a mentoring program serving our black and brown men. Where were you guys when I was in college? Man, good grief. We recognize also our Latinx Student Success Initiative, or LSSI. Advised, where are they? Please stand. Advised by Professor Carlos Menard. Students are wearing a red sarape stole around their necks. The Latinx Students Initiative celebrates the success of our Latinx community of learners. And today we also celebrate our TRIO student support graduates. Where are you? Okay, man, they might be, okay, I hear you. Okay. And they're advised by Nanette White Marzuski. Yes, shout out to her. And they're wearing a red stole as well. Students are often first-generation students. Yeah, first-generation students, or those taking advantage of special services at the college. And last, and certainly not least among us, and this is not just for the graduates and the staff, but also those who are in attendance, we recognize the members of our armed forces, our veterans, of which I am a proud member, having served in both Desert Shield and Desert Storm. If you're a graduate and guest, and faculty and staff member who served our country, please stand, please stand. We want to recognize you, and I give a big salute to you for your service. And a big heartfelt thank you. So we give a round of applause to our graduates. Come on, man, where's the energy, you guys? This is a celebration. Yes. Thank you so much. To each of the graduates, thank you. You may be seated. To each of the graduates, our board, our amazing board is proud to be a part of your journey here at Bunker Hill in this celebration today. We wish you the very best in your endeavors, and please remember, you are forever a part of the Bunker Hill Community College family. So whatever is next for you, whatever that may be, whether it's pursuing another degree or embarking on a career, this will always be your home. Thank you.
All right, nobody tells the Lieutenant Governor that Dr. Cameron may mischief. Thank you, Dr. Cameron. It is always a pleasure to have your leadership. Now, we present this year's President's Student Leadership Award. So every year, I select one or two or more graduating students for this honor to recognize their extraordinary academic and leadership achievement. It is my pleasure this year to announce two winners of the President's Leadership Award, Jay Batsai Khan and Noah Cox. So I would like to have Jay and Noah join me on stage. There he is. Do not trip. That is not a graduating requirement. So, just be here for a minute so I can say nice things about you. So, Jafkan Batsai Khan, or as we call her, Jay, was born and raised in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, before moving to China to learn Chinese and the Philippines to learn English. And today, she is home here with us at Bunker Hill, where she's graduating with a degree in psychology. She is a past SGA president and our current student trustee. In addition to her leadership role, Jay is a lead ACE mentor, a proud student employee of our Dish Food Pantry, and involved in many, many activities across our campus. I am also really proud that she shared with me that she will be transferring to Amherst College in the fall. I was getting permission from Noah to say where he's going. So Noah Cox is also a student government leader, where he served as vice president for technology. He has served as both vice president and president of the college's Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, growing that group's activities and increasing its community involvement. Noah also led the NASA Minds group to the national competition of this STEM initiative. Noah has done all of this while maintaining a GPA above 3.9 and earning his degree in computer science. Now, I understand that Noah has family and friends with him today, so I didn't get to meet them. Where are you? Congratulations. I also have permission from Noah to say to you that in the fall, he will be transferring to the University of Georgia in Athens. It is now my privilege to present to both of you as joint recipients of the President's Leadership Award. This recognition carries a $1,000 award for each individual. Okay. Oh, here we are. So there's one for Noah. You need to hang on to them so we can get a picture taken. No, I can. I'll just do this. All right, one to my right, one to my left. Congratulations to you both. Okay. No falling off the stage, Noah. And congratulations, families. And now we will proceed with the presentation of degrees and certificates to the candidates. That's your time. So our college is the youngest, but the largest of the 15 community colleges in the Commonwealth. We serve about 16,000 students per year, including more than 700 international students from 94 countries speaking more than 75 languages. So diversity is not just a word for us, it is our DNA. This year, our graduating class is 1,180 strong. $450 of you are receiving Associate of Arts degrees. 617 are receiving Associate of Science degrees. 113 of you are receiving certificates. And 30 of you are veterans, military personnel, and family members of our armed forces. And we thank you for serving our country. A 116 of you are receiving honors with a GPA of 3.3 or higher. You're a really bright group. 385 of you are receiving high honors with a GPA of 3.5 or higher. 148 of you are receiving the highest honors with a GPA of 3.9 and above. And there are 19 of you who are serious overachievers. And you know who you are. You're receiving more than one degree. So if you're that, tell your neighbor. They'll shake your hand. 9 of you are graduating today with an associate degree earned through our early college program. And I would like those folks to stand up. That is the future of our countries, ladies and gentlemen. You are finishing high school already with one higher education credential and well on your way to your bachelor's degree. So we're very proud of you. So students, you ready? This is the magic moment when you transform from candidates to graduates. So I'm going to ask Provost Kenneth to come to the podium. Oh, the other podium, sorry. And then would our marshals please have the candidates for degree and certificate rise? That would be you guys.
Yes, please have the candidates rise.
Okay. Jim?
President Ettinger, I present to you the candidates for the degree of Associate in Arts, the Associate of Science, and the candidates for certificates. They have been certified by the faculty and registrar of Bunker Hill Community College to have met the requirements of their credentials.
Oh, okay, I must have missed a piece here. So I'm supposed to say, thank you, Dr. Caniff, for the presentation of these candidates, and thank you for your guidance in their journey to commencement. You have made all of us proud. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the Board of Higher Education, and the Board of Trustees of Bunker Hill Community College, I confer upon the certified candidates assembled here and those not in attendance the degree of Associate in Arts, the degrees of Associate in Science, and certificates in their respective field of study. Now you may be seated. Professor Aurora Bautista, Professor Tony Fontes, Professor John, and Professor Wissel Newcliffe will assist me with the roll call. The Chief Marshal will bring the graduates to the platform to receive their diplomas. And students, please return to your seats as you leave the stage. Do not trip. And prepare for the conclusion of our ceremony. Let us begin.
Thank you. We didn't have this in the program, but there's a music selection.
Oh, you know, while folks are getting prepared, we have one more treat for you. We know that, hang on, somebody took my script now. Wissel? This is what happens when you make me cry at the beginning of the program. I get all discombobulated. So we're presenting to you a musical selection, and the title of this selection is Hope. It is a collaborative composition by our Bunker Hill students and Kristen Vining from an original tune by Minhua Chen of the class of 22. And as you come up and go through your ceremony, we wish you hope for every success. Okay, are we ready? We have Professor Fontaz, and who's on the other side? Oh, Professor Newcraft. Okay, let's go.
Congratulations. Sibeli Aguiar, Associate Degree.
Ren Chinosi, Associate Degree.
Dashana Singletary, Associate Degree.
Siam Lafaldi, Associate Degree.
Noah Cox, Associate Degree.
Olivia Parzia, Associate Degree.
Savaliz Ortiz, Associate Degree.
Sadiq Farah, Associate Degree.
Kiran Dean, Associate Degree and Certificates.
Wait.
Afsana Khalifa, Associate Degree.
Michael Rodriguez, Associate's Degree.
Joanna Lazo Rivera, Associate Degree.
Hannah Jan, Associate Degree.
Ben Nil, Associate Degree. Without that. With it, without it.
Sheila Arrojo, Associate Degree.
Brenda Lorenza Martinez Lemos, Associate Degree.
Mary Monahan, Associate Degree.
Mary Jude Aguilar, Associate Degree. Shania Nelson, Associate Degree.
Maradeni Saldana, Associate Degree.
Kamaisa Etienne, Associate Degree.
Lenore Guerrero, Associate Degree.
Jonathan Mateo Bernal, Associate Degree.
On behalf of her sister, Joy Zagarella, Associate Degree.
Sean McGrath, Associate Degree.
Sakina Gurung, Associate Degree.
Jude Roucher, Associate Degree.
Selena Tamang, Associate Degree.
Janea Woods, Associate Degree.
Angelina Ray, Associate Degree.
Tiana Davis, Associate Degree.
Eric Souza, Associate Degree.
Vanessa Perez, Associate Degree. Good. Congratulations.
Doris Lemis Portillo, Associate Degree.
Tommy Chi, Associate Degree.
Katarine Vasquez, Associate Degree.
Lily McDonald, Associate Degree.
Carla Godoy Rodriguez, Associate Degree.
Salma Bukdad, Associate Degree.
Jamari Cesar, Associate Degree.
Malak Haida, Associate Degree.
Jason Gomez, Associate Degree.
Abdelaziz Hawass, Associate Degree.
Paul Dooley, Associate Degree.
Yunwei Chi, Associate Degree.
Larissa Simos, Associate Degree.
Zini Ma, Associate Degree.
Jose Albenes, Associate Degree.
Mercedes Wallace, Associate Degree.
Christian Bedoya, Associate Degree.
Nadia Eugene, associate degree.
Brian Means, associate degree.
Jenny Ellen Perry Silva, associate degree.
Chase Tillman, associate degree.
Allison Avila, associate degree.
Taylor Jeffries, associate degree.
Camille Jabran, associate degree.
Kevin Gonzalez, associate degree.
Brian Perez, associate degree.
Daniel Kelly Thing, associate degree.
Carol Burke, associate degree.
Ludwig Charles, associate degree.
Dylan Gibbons, associate degree.
Fabio DePina, associate degree.
What you yeah. William Garcia, associate degree.
Mariana Mataris, associate degree.
Roxanne Michaud, associate degree.
Stephanie Byrne, associate degree.
Ulka Manisbaya Nayak, associate degree.
Yves Metasil, associate degree.
Aisha Sunibai Patel, associate degree.
James Suarez, associate degree.
Yuwentin Lam, associate degree.
Jack Robbins Somerville, associate degree.
Jamson Raymond, associate degree.
Ashayla Sturgis, associate degree.
Esnadia Joseph, associate degree.
Amira Altayeb, associate degree.
Jermaine Garcia, associate degree.
Iris Fernandez, associate degree.
Bethlehem Tegani, associate degree.
Denise Pires, associate degree.
Hi, congratulations. Good to see you. Fatou Gandega? Fatou Gandega, associate degree.
Dwayne Edwards, associate degree.
Nada Boom Cook, associate degree.
Garida Augustin, associate degree.
Chris Varela, associate degree.
Josemary Estrada, associate degree.
Tan Nguyen, associate degree.
Kevin Garcia, associate degree.
Congrats. Noah Joyce, associate degree.
Sumaya Arden, associate degree.
Teshaner Milford, associate degree.
Melanie Alvarez Tito, associate degree.
Yao Shi, associate degree. Samuel Shereda, associate degree.
Kahija Kotani, associate degree.
Michelle Sankoli, associate degree.
Donaja Rodriguez Ramirez, associate degree.
Hannah Mutluri, associate degree.
Samuel Godino, associate degree.
Rojal Shrestha, associate degree.
Annie Lemus Sorto, associate degree.
Catherine Arias Lopez, associate degree. Congratulations. Anthony Del Rosario.
Azucena Emily Ochoa Villanella, associate degree.
Anthony Del Rosario, associate degree.
Amaryllis Yvette Meja Cruz, associate degree.
Amaya Ajas, associate degree.
Mara Banskota, associate degree.
Nikia Rivera, associate degree.
Paul Sanford, associate degree.
Bristel Aristel, associate degree.
Sandra Chacon de Chavez, associate degree.
Joanna Alvarado Ortiz, associate degree. Congratulations. Brian Russo.
Alessangela Pires, associate degree.
Brian Russo, associate degree.
Sonia Ochoa Portillo, associate degree.
Talia Bailey, associate degree.
Yolande Luce Castel, associate degree.
Bryce Morrill, associate degree. Shauna Randall.
Shantae Brighton, associate degree.
Shauna Randall, associate degree.
Diego Tencho Tafor, associate degree.
Kim Neki Farrow, associate degree. Xavier.
Sandra Salinas Plites, associate degree.
Xavier Dunbar, associate degree.
Justice Jackson, associate degree.
Abigaila Jocelyn Case, associate degree.
Charlie Pierce, associate degree.
Ava Bauman, associate degree.
Joseph Riddle, associate degree.
Madeline Mendez, associate degree. Hi.
Nisha Tamang, associate degree.
Heather Holt, associate degree.
Woldensky Minival, associate degree.
Ryan Lundgren, associate degree.
Calvin's Minival, associate degree.
Riley Turner, associate degree. Kyle Jones.
Marie Antoine, associate degree.
Kyle Jones, associate degree.
Mateo Munoz, associate degree.
Mario Guerrero Martinez, associate degree.
Ariana Ross, associate degree.
Benjamin Avendano, associate degree.
Nisreen Shukir, associate degree.
Evan Burgolt, associate degree.
Carla Hueso Rodriguez, associate degree.
Ethan Fahey, associate degree.
Matthew Roth, associate degree.
Lamari Slayton, associate degree.
Jasmine Lemus, associate degree.
Clotilde Depina, associate degree.
Yes, Pasina Roll, associate degree.
Soraya Sosu, associate degree.
Sahil Patel, associate degree.
Daniela Vivas Luna, associate degree. What is it?
Tejvasi Sabani, associate degree.
Olivia Arensback, associate degree. Hi. Bianca Forrester.
Javklan Batskan Kwao, associate degree.
Bianca Forrester, associate degree. Amanda Da Silva. Amanda Da Silva, associate degree.
Alex Costa Souza, associate degree.
Ruth Hiraldo, associate degree.
Samuel Katz, associate degree.
Tsunami Adhikari, associate degree.
Andrea Masterson, associate degree.
Sangima Rai, associate degree.
Deslani Perez, associate degree and certificate.
Sonia Podell, associate degree. Hi.
Grace Umanya, associate degree.
Manisha Kohistani, associate degree. Bonifacia Alves. Bonifacia Alves, associate degree.
Camille Roque, associate degree.
Jessica Aguilar Gonzalez. Jessica Aguilar Gonzalez, associate degree.
Lainey Silverman, associate degree.
Egiani Barbosa Eusebio, associate degree.
Jody Boykins, associate degree.
Maria Mendez Vargas, associate degree.
Wendy Dominguez Cabajal, associate degree.
Aurora Wong, associate degree. Congratulations.
Bertna Nerjus, associate degree.
We Go, associate degree.
Claudine Alize, associate degree.
Rosani Luna, associate degree.
Ariel Gustowski, associate degree.
Lucitania Paredes, associate degree.
Cheryl Estrade, associate degree.
Katia Diabro, associate degree. Congratulations.
Zainab Basti, associate degree.
Keen Kildoff, associate degree.
Miriam El Hassouni, associate degree.
Natalie Quinones, associate degree.
Christina Douglas, associate's degree.
Georgina Beltre, associate degree.
Sarah Hong, associate degree.
Haneli Perez, associate degree. Congrats.
An Vu, associate degree.
Monet Annalise Pau, associate degree.
Malak Orcel, associate degree.
Okay. Rose Kiana Boplan, associate degree.
Pierre Doucette, associate degree.
Yesenia Ortiz Espada, associate degree.
Ayat Shawadi, certificate.
Stephanie Sanchez Giraldo, associate degree. Congratulations.
Sydney Hackney, associate degree.
Melissa King, associate degree.
Gabriela Rivera, associate degree.
Selena Schilling, associate degree.
Tracy Chakofu, associate degree.
Brenda Coffey, associate degree.
Evelyn Rodriguez, associate degree.
Chenny Tran Portio, associate degree.
Kendrick Julian Echeverry, associate degree.
Adetola Showu, associate degree. Congratulations. Jessica Turovsky.
Constance Nikela Lubin, associate's degree.
Jessica Turovsky, associate degree. Stephanie Bellapianta, associate degree.
Regine Georges, associate degree.
Mohammed Makzoub, associate degree.
Aisha Badio, associate's degree.
Omar Bashir, associate degree.
LaDanya Fenor, associate's degree.
Catalina Orantes, associate degree.
Gabriela Goodmoney, associate's degree.
Abu Sayem, associate's degree.
Brain Oleiti, associate's degree.
Matias Kebede, associate's degree.
Nako, associate degree.
Nia Mello, associate's degree.
And Joya Aposto, associate degree.
Shaina Monge Cueto, associate degree.
Jasmine Parks, associate degree.
Napki Des Rosier, associate degree.
Leslie Ohaka, associate degree.
Kayla St. Felix, associate degree.
Glenda Araceli Portillo, Torres, associate degree.
Beautiful Smith, associate degree.
Mohammed Salman Ken, associate degree.
Cesar Peña Chicas, associate degree.
Kevin Williams, associate degree.
Darlene Jean-Louis, associate degree.
Farhan Khalid, associate degree.
Alianis Del Valle, associate degree.
Menquen Chan, associate degree.
Kaylisha Sears, associate degree.
Gabriela Asare, associate degree.
Megan Fisher, associate degree.
Gabriel Thorpe, associate degree.
Mitz Rahim Saint-Lo, associate
Philistin.
degree.
Oh. Vanessa Philistin, associate degree.
Fatima Karina Matthews, associate degree.
Serika Williams, associate degree. Max Lucien, associate degree.
Zakia Pokerim, associate degree.
May Bowman, associate degree.
Therapy Min, associate degree.
Nayeli Nicole Miranda Peña, associate degree.
Winjusi Robertson, associate degree.
Glenda Barrera Pineda, associate degree.
Laila Liz Hernandez Gomez, associate degree.
Ruth Colin, associate degree.
Ayani Allen, associate degree.
Alejandro Melquizo, associate degree.
Bruna Costa, associate degree.
Oh, Gael Xavier. Gael Xavier, associate degree.
Spencer Paradis Fitchner, associate's degree.
Jasmine Elliott, associate degree.
Sana Shabi, associate degree.
Ariel Bonilla, associate degree.
Wenwen Liu, associate degree.
Victoria Lee Brewer, associate degree.
Carmel Potu, associate degree.
Olivia Sawyer, associate degree.
Brooke Anderson, associate degree.
Okay. Abigail Labadi, associate degree.
Kelly Barbosa, associate degree.
Niguen, associate degree.
Paul Edwards, associate degree.
Aya Mola, associate degree.
Geraldina Duarte, associate degree.
Okay. Barbara Pletz Vivaldi, associate degree.
Montserrat Garcia, associate degree.
Brenda Bueno, associate degree.
Catalina Gutierrez Orego, associate degree.
Itatis Salazar, associate degree.
Elijah Alcante, associate degree.
Donia Harris, associate degree.
Alexandra Gladchenko, associate degree.
Leticia Savala, associate degree.
Eliana Perez, associate degree.
Joandali Garcia, associate degree.
Jacqueline Cruz Ventura, associate degree.
Blake Palmer, associate degree.
Lashai Charles Burgos, certificate.
Jennifer Fink Fan, associate degree.
Emily Silva, associate degree. I know you.
Hawk Finn Gwen, associate degree.
Nina Aldrigi, associate degree.
Richard Endino, associate degree.
Miranda Gomes, associate degree.
Grace Moncada Perez, associate degree.
Medi Duale, associate degree.
Manuel Arana, associate degree.
Cassiana Demostheny, associate degree.
Juan Alejandre, associate degree. I don't say it right.
Monisha Johnson, associate degree.
Angie Kuka, associate degree.
Kwa Che, associate degree.
Jane Tiamitus. James Tiamitus, associate degree.
Regal Fleury, associate degree.
Priscilla Dos Reis, associate degree.
Anna Rice, associate degree.
Leticia Carvalho, associate degree.
Jude Keith, associate degree.
Oh, Michel C. Caju. Michael C. Caju, associate degree.
Philip Wilkins, associate degree.
Oh, sisters. Gael Caju, associate degree.
Ruslan Badalov, associate degree.
Daxi Carballo, associate degree.
Shkamb Tafarshiku, associate degree.
Sephora Gaipe, associate degree.
Wonderadi. Melanie Wonderadi, associate degree.
Idilia Barbosa Amado Lopez, associate degree.
Yulian Zhao, associate degree.
Rania Azari, associate degree.
Christelle Maurice Jean, associate degree.
Angel Chenma, associate degree. Wow,
David Morales, associate degree.
Ricky Caseus, associate degree.
Carlos Landaverde, associate degree.
Sanders Nicholas, associate degree. Nicholas.
Riyad Scali, associate degree.
Samantha Lopez, associate degree.
Kalia Depina, associate degree.
Melissa Dos Santos, associate degree.
Luis Rivera, associate degree.
Amy Olivia Martinez, associate degree.
Jorge Velez, associate degree.
Emoni Austin, associate degree.
Ruth Duarte Ramirez, associate degree.
Melody Rocha, associate degree.
Vanessa Mendoza, associate degree.
Jamie Santos Torres, associate degree.
Charisma Baez, associate degree.
Me Okamoto, associate degree.
Glenny Peralta, associate degree.
I got you. Okay, Rifena Benjamin, associate degree. Yeah, you are online.
John Pulley, associate degree.
How to say your name? Gov Nataset Junioted, associate degree.
Amaya York Grant, associate degree.
Julia Slesika, associate degree.
Enoch Mungal Shetty, associate degree.
Fon Wenglo, associate degree.
Sandro Lewis, associate degree.
Dylan McLean, associate degree.
Liz August, associate degree.
Arian Sutha, associate degree.
Zenia Garcia Lemus, associate degree.
Humberto Gutierrez Contreras, associate degree.
Liam McCarthy, associate degree.
Leticia Barbosa, associate degree.
Ye Yin Chin, associate degree.
Carullo. Camila Carullo, certificate.
Sarah Titakeju, associate degree.
Okay. Anderson Lopez Moniz, associate degree.
Hetvi Patel, associate degree.
Luis Gomez, associate degree.
Cindy Sanabria, associate degree.
Adiel Menjivo, associate degree.
Rochelle Martinez, associate degree.
Mariana Marigal, associate degree.
Jeremy Claudio, associate degree.
Dinah Mungia, associate degree.
Lisa Caballero, associate degree.
Ashley Ellen Jose, associate degree.
Jaylin Mato Landaverde, associate degree.
Sanulula Bonica, associate degree.
Fartun Maalin, associate degree.
Erica Mentor. Okay. Erica Mentor, associate degree.
Jonathan Adorno Dutra, associate degree.
Anatoly Bentimir, associate degree in science and certificate.
Neila Chalas Tejeda, associate degree.
Colin Petrosian, associate degree.
Vanessa Charles, associate degree.
Which degree?
Larios.
Oh, okay.
Selenia Larios, associate degree.
Olivia Elizabeth Victoria Blender, associate degree.
Abigail Botzio, associate degree.
Vladimir Rogosin, associate degree. Okay.
Ana Melissa Nacimento, certificate.
Dominic Zemlich, associate degree.
Anongrat Canelos, associate degree.
Zulema Tamakas, associate degree.
Chanel Simmons, associate degree.
Shiomara Iraheta, associate degree. Sorry.
Fatima Hamrud, associate degree.
Anthony Scarfo, associate degree.
Vanessa Gomez, associate degree.
Wilbelis Gonzalez, associate degree.
Jamie Hanlon, associate degree.
Santiago Peña, associate degree.
Rudy Medina, associate degree.
Concesao Peña Mendez, associate degree.
Jose Enrique Sanchez, associate degree.
Amal Brahimi, as certificate.
Chris Pizarro, associate degree.
Vanessa Guerrero, certificate.
Loki Howell, associate degree.
Cara Zelendi, associate degree.
Kian Neto, associate degree.
Yan Chen, associate degree.
Sadad Al-Shimari, associate degree.
Rafaela Alcid, associate degree.
Shaquane Green, associate degree.
Kisha Baron, associate degree.
Eloisa Pereira da Silva, associate degree.
Catherine Diamond, associate degree.
You want the whole thing? Jennifer Jimenez, associate degree.
Isam Wadi, associate degree. Wow.
Valeria Osorio Licona, associate degree.
Thomas Mahal Yel, associate degree.
Rim Kehal, associate degree.
Okay. Patrick Cardoso, associate degree. Mensha Chen, associate degree.
Tania Coke Keret, certificate.
Brendan Rodriguez, associate degree.
Luleta Maharena, associate degree.
Moses Brayson, associate degree.
Vinny Almeida. Vinny Almeida, associate degree.
Jack Portillo, certificate.
Indira Zegara Mendoza, associate degree.
Natalie Ali Aguilar, associate degree.
Daniel Castaneda Gomez, associate degree.
Nicole Cousin, associate degree.
Sam Hernandez, associate degree.
Okay. Victor Bolanos, associate degree.
Sanit Altema, associate degree.
Michael Michael. Michael Pierre Louis, associate degree.
Madeline Etienne, associate degree.
Demetrius Thomas, associate degree.
Gerline Adrienne Pierre, associate degree.
Davian McLeod, associate degree.
Mahida Joseph, associate degree.
Fougère Desjardins, associate degree.
Yvonne Wang, associate degree.
Luciane de Oliveira Almeida, associate degree.
Okay.
Oh,
Annette Sholaren, associate degree.
Marc Germain, associate degree.
Simo. Samantha Kukam Simo, associate degree.
Maria Benlula, associate degree.
Lynn Cow. Lynn Cow, certificate.
Yulisa Santana Baez, associate degree.
Fred LaRoche,
De Leon.
associate degree.
Lynette De Leon, associate degree. 2 associate degrees.
Dickinson Gabriel, associate degree.
Whitmiley Joseph, associate degree. Tyler.
Julacy Martinez,
Okay,
associate degree.
Tyler Enduhar, associate degree.
Samrawit Kere, associate degree.
Amber Williams, associate degree.
Emily Luna Figueroa, associate degree.
Joël Non Longjour, associate degree.
Halima Sadia, associate degree.
Catherine Jimenez, associate degree.
Matila Siam, associate degree.
Caroline Jimenez, associate degree. Did I say well?
Liliana Romero, associate degree.
Maha Menhuli. Maha Lemhun. Lemruhi. Maha, associate degree.
Elizabeth Dominguez, associate degree.
Fatima Sarah Nash, associate degree.
Alamitu Alemo, associate degree.
Monique Heng, associate degree.
Tien Wen Tran, associate degree.
Bidia Timilsina, associate degree.
Clarice Crosby, associate degree.
Ashley Ozer, associate degree.
I know you.
Rene or Rene?
Bouvoué.
Rene Clark, associate degree.
I know you. Chovi Ginu Bouvier, associate degree.
Ahmed Mustafa, associate degree.
Cleosa Andrade, associate degree.
Benji Auguste, associate degree.
Mandisa Mitembu, associate degree.
Christian Ramos, associate degree.
Liani Silva, associate degree.
Brigadier?
You want it?
Odalis Ramos, associate degree.
Valeria Rua Zapata, associate degree.
Taylor Webster, certificate.
Alicia Stevens, associate degree.
Kayla Eldridge, associate degree.
Jan Chin Zhu, associate degree.
Tajane Holloway, associate degree. Holloway.
Jackie Zhang, associate degree.
Shanice Williams, associate degree.
Bang Kan Tran, associate degree.
Alex Egan, associate degree. Certificate.
Vicky Su, associate degree.
Iman Hadoudi, associate degree.
Liam Barter, associate degree.
Saidi Olanihi Bello, associate degree.
Yashira Martinez, associate degree.
Federico Altidor, certificate. Did I say it well?
Jesus.
Jeffrey.
Dominique Jesus, certificate.
Jeffrey Havunin, certificate.
Sukaina Ben Haruk, associate degree.
Lydia Zaki, certificate.
Ooh. Asma Ben Haruk, associate degree. Congratulations.
Eric Barrett, certificate.
Joshua Lescott.
Alejandro Guerrero, associate degree.
Josue Valescot, associate degree.
Heilu Gide, associate degree.
Kelly Lopez, associate degree.
Michelle Barbosa Wilson, certificate.
Okay.
Of course, Munlakai.
Desiree Lee Hernandez Matei, certificate.
Mademoiselle Fabiola Louis-Jacques, associate degree.
Jolisa Sofia Constancia Perez, certificate.
Jania De Rosier, associate degree.
Rose Safira Maxi, certificate.
Nicole Simmons, associate degree. Yes.
Brianna Murdoch, certificate.
Français, pas vrai? OK. Destiny Priolo, associate degree.
Amina Powell, certificate.
Sophie Cashen, associate degree.
Shania Batiste, certificate.
Jordan Novoa, associate degree.
Samara Sanders, certificate.
Ronisa Correa da Vega, associate degree.
Abigail Rivera, certificate.
Rosa Amado, associate degree.
Daniela Umanzor, certificate.
Jennifer Matias, associate degree.
Jariana Lady Rivera, certificate.
Quinlan Taylor, associate degree.
Emily Anguiano, certificate.
Icro Cavares, associate degree.
Andrea Cortez, certificate.
Marcos Barbosa Tavares, associate degree.
Triana Tejeda, certificate.
Kael Alexi, associate degree.
Talea Gilmore, associate degree.
Tawana Leslie, associate degree.
Molly Burton, certificate.
Irvin Joel Mercado Torres, associate degree in biology.
Ababo Hirko Wedajo, associate degree.
Whitlin Telemac, certificate.
Marielis Pineda Gonzalez, associate degree.
Sandy Chatain Abelard, certificate.
Charlene Beachman, associate degree.
Bernardo Odich, certificate.
Carlos Portillo Novoa, certificate.
Baotran May, certificate.
Daliana Alcantara, associate's degree.
Zafu Horn, associate degree.
Troy Constantine, associate degree.
Lina Zore, associate degree.
Carla Figueroa, certificate.
Matthews Caligari, certificate.
Jamaisha Belair, associate degree.
Mademoiselle Darlene Osil, certificate.
Jalaisha Franklin Matthews, certificate.
Bianca Mardigra, certificate.
Angel Busby, certificate.
Natavia Bouquet Shears, you have both of them.
Fernand Antoine,
Kyrie.
certificate.
Carrie Spriggs, certificate.
I know you. Karina Sanchez Del Villar, certificate.
Anasia Jackson, certificate. Soda.
Alezia Iriarte Blanco, certificate.
Soda Rable, associate degree.
Valeria Romero, certificate.
Arjun Kada, associate degree.
Luis Elizondo Alvarez, associate degree.
Sabir Ali, associate degree.
Fraibel Garcia, associate degree.
Henry Rodriguez, associate degree.
Manuela Baez Mariano, associate degree.
Okay. Debia Milan, associate degree.
Laura Erazo, associate degree.
Hasira? Okay. Jasira Barros, associate degree.
Yani
Hello.
Robles, associate degree.
Okay. Holland Lu, associate degree in science.
Woodalyn Jean-Baptiste, associate degree.
Ryan Glecklich, associate degree.
Colleen Dooling, associate degree.
Winell Sawyer, associate degree.
Saria Colon, associate degree.
Samantha Faria, associate degree.
Natasha Mays, associate degree and certificate.
Mary Joselle Arenas, associate degree.
Vrushita Patel, certificate.
Isaiah Etondo, associate degree.
Jennifer Fuentes, associate degree.
Okay. Janqui Way, associate degree.
Osama Hamani, associate degree.
Andres Restrepo Leon, associate degree.
Trong Tien Tran,
Nabil
associate
Sekuri.
degree.
Okay. Pretty good. Nabil Sekuri, associate degree. Okay.
Jason Elcock, associate degree.
Belisuma Wawesa, associate degree.
Lydia Miretab, associate degree.
Rabira Faye, associate degree.
Ella Auroren, associate degree.
Isabella or Isabella? Isabella Garcia, associate degree.
Ilham Ramdani, certificate.
Angelina. Okay. Kestia. Angelina Ketsia, associate degree.
Zainab Anibar, certificate.
Stephanie Lubin. Okay. Stephanie Lubin, associate degree.
Wandwasan Napier, associate degree.
Alexandra. Okay. Alexandra Greenev, associate degree.
Jean-Robert Voltaire, associate degree. Yeah, you want it?
Okay.
You want it?
Sequoia Williams, associate degree.
Ngan Ho, associate degree.
Yakozen Zeng, associate degree. Thanks.
Din Lee, associate degree.
Nicoleos Evangelist, associate degree.
Irales Colon Rosario, associate degree.
Perla Cardona, associate degree.
Han To, associate degree.
Marie Remy, associate degree. Yes?
Bliss Akpan, associate degree.
Josiane Monje Melendez, associate degree. Alejandrina Hernandez Aviles, associate degree. Okay, you have a sister here. Taylor Webster, associate degree. Tule, associate degree. Stéphanie François, associate degree. Cynthia Dominguez, associate degree.
Okay, how are y'all doing? So now I want to congratulate all of our graduates. You may move your tassel from the right, your left, to the left. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of 2025, we're so proud of you. Now, here's one last piece. Here's one last piece of direction for your consideration. Please stand as our bagpiper and chief marshal escorts the platform party from the stage. And once the stage is clear, you may recess outside to Lansdowne Street to join your family and friends. And now I declare these exercises closed.